better stay. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only watch Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, put the one everything that I can. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Jamal Agnew. And how about that return inside the 20-yard line?
There hasn't been a game played where defenses don't talk about coming out on their toes and being the aggressor. But boy, when you give up a return like that, you're really starting it on your heels. Let's see how they adjust.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Now Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Doolin, the man in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3rd down and 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 3rd and 10.
Cut 19. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 28 yards. And the Jags take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. There, Richardson back to throw it. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A gain of 22.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First and 10, Taylor now. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Richardson being chased out left. This one into the hands of Will Mallory. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Richardson going to change the play here. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But Charles, what do you see in store for these 2 teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Breaks through the contact. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now a handoff inside, it's Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
In motion is McKenzie. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Downs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. That is incomplete.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in his first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Ready, set.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Ready.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jaguars are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's Etienne. Now inside the 25. Travis Etienne, touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 57 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Colts, nothing. Logan Cook.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early? Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Come on, come on. Hit, top low, 18. Cougar 19.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Foley Fatukasi, the former UConn Husky.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Richardson looking to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past,
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now Lawrence. Under pressure, they got him again. Kwity Paye in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
18 Cardinals.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A big play there for Andy. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson going to move him around.
At the 25-yard line.
They run the option on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Richardson to throw off play action. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They go play action with Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
18, Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
2nd down. Here's Richardson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Lawrence to throw. Touchdown! Christian Kirk from 10 yards out. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Jaguars 24, Colts nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Colts nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Richardson now on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and long for Richardson. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Touchdown, Jaguars! Christian Kirk, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have opened the lead up to 30. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because
the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Brings up 3rd down.
Richardson on 3rd and short. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Jags will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Lawrence on third down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jaguars will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eye.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And quickly, they get to the line. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's go.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And fights through one man. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Jaguars! Take Bigsby with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Colts nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Jonathan Taylor, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 84 yards. And the Colts are able to claw one back. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
On second down, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Lawrence on first down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
I got him.
Now Lawrence. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Touchdown! Dearness Johnson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Colts 7. Logan Cook to kick
After
off
the
for
touchdown,
Jaguars.
Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 148 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Play action. Now Richardson sliding out of the pocket. And now here is another interception. And the Jags are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 38 yards. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly... There he goes, left side! And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action with Richardson. They'll roll him out right. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
18 Rattlers.
Off play action, Richardson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Richardson out of the shotgun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce, 32 yards.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 42-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Jaguar first down.
Again, it's Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Here's Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jags add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. But from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Richardson shotgun on third down.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Antonio Johnson.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Second down, here's a run with Bigsby. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
touchdown! Evan Ingram finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, here's Agnew. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided. I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
On first and 10, it's Bigsby.
And some room to maneuver.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Jaguars.
And Bigsby once more.
fighting his way through contact. Still going. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
Third and long for Richardson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Agnew now to return. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
DeForest Buckner. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And now the rookie's free. Inside the 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division.